They were shelling all night long. I also heard several times how the drones were above our house.
Anna filmed from her house in the Nagorno Karabakh capital Stepanakert this morning, before a ceasefire largely took hold in the early afternoon. Russian peacekeepers, at least one of whom was killed after coming under fire today, have evacuated more than 3,000 civilians from the most dangerous areas. Azerbaijan has prevailed. It says the ethnic Armenians of Nagorno Karabakh will now be peacefully integrated. But will they ever trust their new rulers?
Our family will not stay here should we become part of Azerbaijan. We are not Azerbaijani citizens. We are purely Armenian. We lived here as we lived in Armenia for past 30 years and before that, and we cannot become part of such a serious dictatorship.
Protesters gathered for a second day in Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, angry that the Armenian Prime Minister hadn't supported their ethnic brethren. He's putting the onus for protecting the Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh on the Russian peacekeepers.
If the peacekeepers have proposed a peace deal, it means that they completely and without any reservations accept the responsibility of ensuring the security of Nagorno-Karabakh Armenians and to provide safe conditions and rights for them to live on their land and in their homes.
President Putin, who was meeting the Chinese foreign minister today, has gone cold on Armenia since it improved relations with the West. Many believe he allowed this to happen. In Stepanakert, they're assessing the damage, physical and human.
It's really so hard because my brother, he died. He died today, maybe yesterday, we don't know. And I really don't know what to say. It's hell.
This evening, the Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh have to decide whether to flee or stay. Their fate lies in the hands of those they have always thought of as the enemy.
Lindsay Hilson reporting. Well, last night we spoke to the Armenian ambassador to the UK, and earlier today I spoke to his Azeri counterpart and began by asking what's going to happen now to the population in Nagorno-Karabakh.
Azerbaijan for a long time has offered to integrate the Armenian citizens, the citizens of Azerbaijan of Armenian background, into the society in Azerbaijan. As you know, Azerbaijan is a very open society, which is based on a civic identity. We don't judge our citizens based on their ethnicity or religion.
But huge numbers of people are trying to get out, aren't they? And they are afraid.
I don't know if that is the case. What happens at the moment in the region is there's a ceasefire agreement, which is based on acknowledgement, a very important acknowledgement, by the way, I want to say, that the Republic of Armenia troops, which were stationed illegally in Azerbaijan, in violation of all the agreements Armenia has signed so far, are being withdrawn. So those are people who are being withdrawn, those are people who are leaving. Of course, those Armenians in the region who don't want to live in Azerbaijan can live as well. I mean, nobody holds anybody by force.
I mean, Armenia denies what you're saying about having troops in the region. Do you have evidence that they're...
Yes, of course.
Do you have pictures?
It is actually ironic, and I know my Armenian counterpart denied that yesterday. However, the very ceasefire agreement, which was published not only by Azerbaijan side, but also by the Russian peacekeepers and by the separatist leadership in Karabakh region of Azerbaijan, by Armenian separatists, actually literally says, the remaining forces of the Republic of Armenia military will leave the territory of Azerbaijan. And that's a very important thing. This actually acknowledges the truth of Azerbaijan.
That they were there.
That they were there. I mean,
but
they admitted
that it's not just the troops that you want to leave, but that it is in fact the minority, and that this is an ethnic cleansing operation.
How is it ethnic cleansing? Why would we want a minority to leave? We have offered from day one to welcome and integrate the Armenian community into society of Azerbaijan. And let me say something. First of all, when people refer to 120,000, that's an exaggerated number. Number two,
what is it?
We think about 50,000, probably less than that. Numbers are important only Because the only reason Karabakh is fully Armenian today, these areas where they live, is because there was ethnic cleansing in 1990s. It was not a purely Armenian area. All the Armenians lived there because Azerbaijanis were forcefully expelled. And from the surrounding 7 regions, it was complete ethnic cleansing. That was ethnic cleansing, 1 million people. And they still cannot come back because of landmines laid by the Armenian side.
I mean, you illustrate the problem here, that it is historic, and that, but, you know, both sides, or there are 3 sides really, I suppose now, but, you know, everyone accuses the other of lying.
But what I'm telling you is not why. It's an internationally acknowledged fact. What we want to do is to break this cycle of history, break this violence.
Do you think this is settled now?
I hope so. And it's settled not in a way that, oh, really we want to dominate. It's settled in a way that finally this fundamental conflict, which was so painful, that destroyed the hopes of so many generations, will be over, and we could move forward with development of a region for all of us. But what we do want to have is a peaceful coexistence, not presence of military, not ethnic cleansing, not refugees. Look what Azerbaijan is doing in the liberated areas. We're building, we're investing, we're building new roads. By those roads which Armenia just put landmines where people were killed just 2 days ago. But we're doing new airports and everything. We will do the same for Armenians as well, because we want to integrate.
Ambassador, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.